Wow. A train running? Holy mackerel. If you guys want to see how I got to that point, stay tuned and watch Major Changes number 48. You're gonna like it, and it's coming right at you. This Vid production video brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget the 5% discount code BNSS6951. And by Highways and Byways. Excellent graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad. Check it out. Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Vid Productions presentation. I am Vinny, your host, also known as BNSF 6951 and also known as Cousin Vinny. If you guys like watching rail fanning videos or run-off sessions on my layout that's sitting behind me, scratch builds, or live streams, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And after you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the bell. This way you'll get notified every time I upload a video or a live stream. And I wouldn't mind you giving me a couple of those also. Anyhow, with all that being said, let's get on with the video. Alright guys, I am about to embark on probably one of the worst jobs that an old man can do. And that's getting under the layout and hooking up all of those feeder wires that I made to the bus line. And before I do that, I have to make sure that there is no shorts in the system as I go along. So I am going to try and do this as systematically as I can, starting in one section, getting that all hooked up with no shorts, and then moving on to the next section, and then finally moving on to the last section. Anyhow, before I get under the table, I bring everything I possibly could need with me so I don't have to keep getting up and down and up and down, because I'm an old man and it's hard for me to get under the table and work over my head. Anyhow, I'll show you the stuff that I'm going to bring with me when I go under the table. First, going to bring me, it'd be better if I get down to the other camera. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, let me show you what I'm going to be taking under the table with me when I go to start hooking up my wiring. The first and most important thing is your telephone, because undoubtedly when you get under that table, the phone is going to ring and you're going to have to get out. So bring your phone with you. Number two, you get a bunch of jumper cables. As I start testing out for shorts and so on and so forth, I just temporarily hook these up to the bus bar connections, and then each individual wire feed that I drop down, I will check, make sure that I have no shorts. Then I will take a mini Phillips head screwdriver and a mini flat blade screwdriver. I will take my wire strippers, a pair of needle nose and a pair of side cutters, wire just in case we need to extend some wiring down there, and then this box right here, this box has for me in here zip ties and shrink tubing. What else we got in here? We got some LEDs and stuff like that, but that basically is just these, and I have sitting on top of my layout some wire suspenders that I can use to attach all of these wires to the frame to make it neat. Anyhow, now that you guys know what I'm going to be taking under the layout with me, I suppose we should get down there and see what I'm going to be doing. So with that being said, stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, here I am comfortably sitting under my layout, not. And the first thing we're going to do is turn on track power. All the feeder wires are all hanging down under the layout here. It looks like a spider web. But the first thing I'm going to do is take my throttle and I'm going to turn on track power. And when I turn on track power, I should hear only one beep. Or, no, I'm sorry, I shouldn't hear any beeps at all. So that would tell me that there's absolutely no shorts in everything I've done up to this point. So, with that being said, I will keep quiet when I do this. And basically what I got to do is hit the power button down here and hit yes up here, and we'll have track power. So let's see how that's going to work. And we now have track power. So with that being said, I'm going to leave the track power on, and I'm going to take those jumpers that I showed you earlier. What I'm going to do is I am going to connect these to the barrier strip that's up here. You guys can't see, it's out of frame right now, but I'm going to hook one up to the green wire and one up to the yellow wire, and when I connect it to these guys right here, let's see, I gotta get this light thing out of the way. Yeah. So when I connect these to the yellow wire and the green wire, which is up here, is less short, I have to extend it, I should not have any beeps. If I have a beep, that means I have a short or the wires are not hooked up correctly. So again, I will be quiet because my command station's in the other room, so it'll be hard to hear. But anyhow, I'll be able to hear it. Anyhow, here we go. And we are hooked up, and I think we got track power. Let me just make sure here. Yes, we got track power. I can see the light on. Okay. Anyhow, no beeps. So I'll be doing that to all of the wires that are down here before I start hooking them up to the bus line. So with that being said, stay tuned, and I will be back when all of that is finished. Talk to you guys later. Bye for now. Alright guys, what you're looking at right now is my command center. It's a Digitrack DC100 Super Chief, and when I turn this on, you should hear only one beep. That means that there are no shorts as far as the system goes. Then we're going to turn on track power and see if there's any shorts there. Anyhow, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. There's a power strip sitting behind it. I don't know if you can see my hand. There you can. There's my thumb. Anyhow, we'll go ahead and turn this on. One beep. That's a good sign. Now, for the second part, we're going to do is this is my main throttle, and down here it says power, and up here it says yes or no. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hit the power button, and I'm going to hit the yes, and power is on the tracks right now. And to show that, so I can do this without really hurting you and moving the camera around. This is my panel, and that red light right there indicates that I do have track power. Alright, we're going to get out to the layout right now, and we're going to run a locomotive to the section I have already wired up and see how that goes. So stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, I'm going to show you what I've gotten accomplished so far. As you can see, I have a terminal block there and another terminal block down there. Now this one here, you know, I always say adapt and overcome. Well, I couldn't get the drill between here and the shelf unit that's right behind me. So what I did was I put it up into the bottom of the framework. Anyhow, all of those wires are hooked up. Took me quite a while to do all of that. They all got terminal spade connectors on there, so they fit into the terminal strips nice and easy. Still a bunch more to do over there. Anyhow, we're going to do a little test run on one of my locomotives and show everything is working properly on this side. Then I can move on to the next side. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, I am doing this as far as section by section to make sure that the wiring is all correct and I don't have any shorts. Anyhow, with all that being said, stay tuned. We'll get up on the top of the layout with a locomotive and we'll run it through some of the paces. Be right back. Alright guys, we're going to see how this locomotive is going to run through all of these turnouts that I have all done here. Anyhow, we'll see how this is going to work out. Let me see if I can get a little bit more light down there so we can see what's going on. Anyhow, we're going to be using a -9, one of my better runners. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull into this line right here. So here we go. All right, and now we're back up and we're going to go into this line over here. I'm at speed step number 5 on this, in case you guys are wondering, and I have not cleaned any of the track, so I just wanted to show you that this guy here is working. And now we'll start doing some of the other stuff here. Now nothing electrically is hooked up from this point on, so we'll just stop it right there. We'll actually back him up. And we'll do the next crossover. Actually, we'll go ahead and back down this line right here first. All right, and now we'll do another crossover. So far, we're looking pretty darn good. And now we'll come back on this line. And then we'll go into these spurs. Again, anything from here forward is not electrically hooked up yet. But I think we're looking pretty darn good if you ask me there, brother. Alright, next. I still need to put the stops under these throw bars or ground throws. It'll stay, it should stop. No? Alright. You don't want to stop. Okay. Alright. Now this locomotive does have a lot of momentum on it. And now we'll go down the next track here. All right, next, come on back. And then we'll do this last one here. Come on. And we're going to come down in this one now. I know it's dead there, so we're going to have to give it a little help. Come on. And the final track will be this one. And I'll tell you what, Bruce Giroux, thank you so much for doing these wonderful turnouts for my layout. All right, and now we're just going to go ahead and back him up. Sorry about that, guys. Pressing buttons I shouldn't have been pressing. Alright, let's get that back to where he needs to be. Anyhow, we're going to do this last crossover right here, and we'll take it from there. So let's see, we need to go forward. Come on forward. And we'll do the last crossover. Oh, you know what? Done me. Blame the dispatcher. In order for him to get over to that track, I gotta actually set the turnouts. Alright, now you can go the other way. Come on. There you go. Nice job. Alright, so anyhow, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed that little demonstration of all these awesome turnouts that Bruce Giroux has done for me, and I am so happy that this is going to make my layout run so much better. Anyhow, with that being said, let's see what else we got in store for this video. Alright guys, next on the agenda is to get all these wires neatly put together and so on and so forth. Now I only have two 8-gang barrier strips coming, so we're going to have to double up on these wires. And what I mean by that is just I'm going to join these two together with the spade connector, and these two together, and then these two together, and so on and so forth. These will all go on one barrier strip, which will be up here somewhere in this vicinity, and then the ones that are on this side will get their own barrier strip. So anyhow, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start doing this, and we'll see how it looks when I get done with it. So stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about on these first two wires here. And what I'm using are these stud spade connectors. And this package happens to have 75 in them, but I still have to finish this package that I have here. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and get going on this, and also you're going to need this type of a crimping tool for those connectors. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to strip these two wires. And then I'm going to go ahead and twist them together. Make the twist as tight as you can get it. And then we'll take one of our connectors. Now, I already know that this is going to go approximately here, so I know these two wires are long enough. It's the other wires I'm going to have to worry about. Anyhow, get this through all the way, and you'll see it'll come out the other side. There you go. Now, if you notice on here, there's different colors, and those colors correspond with the color on the connector. So we have a red connector, and so the red connector on the tool is the very top one. So we grab it as close to the edge as we can and just squeeze. And you don't need to squeeze that hard, and there you go. There's a connector on there. And this, in turn, will just scoot around like that and get hooked up to the barrier strip. Anyhow, I just thought I'd show you guys that, how easy that is. So let me continue on here, and we'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, as you can see, I've got this terminal joiner and barrier strip already done, and I got that power strip right there, and behind that power strip there's another barrier strip that I've done, and the last cross member down there is another one that I've done, and under that there's two more under there, and I still have one more to do way at the other end of the layout. Anyhow, took me quite a while to do all of that. Made it nice and neat, and so on and so forth. And also, with this power strip right here, you can see there's 3 plugs in there. Those 3 plugs are extension cords, and I have one basically at each corner of the layout. Let's see if I can zoom in on that one down there. See, there's one there, and then there's also another one here that you can see, and there's also one that's up behind me. So that's in case I need to plug something in, like my camera charger while I'm doing videos and so on and so forth. But anyhow, with all that being said, 99% of the wiring is complete. And I'm going to give you guys a treat right now. I'm going to have another test run, and this test run is going to involve the Phoenix Loco coming into the yard. Anyhow, with that being said, stay tuned and we shall be right back. Alright guys, now that I have about 90% of the wiring done, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun. So what you're looking at right now is the Phoenix Loco, and he's going to bring this little train out to the overflow yard and park them on track number 2. So with that being said, let's get the show on the road. Look at that, guys. I have a train running, yay team. And I just want to see how nicely it goes through all of these turnouts right here. He's got to go through 2 turnouts to get into where he needs to go. Like I said, this is just going to be a short train, just for having fun purposes. Nothing else. Alright, let's get to the front of the train and we'll see what's going on there. Alright guys, here's that train entering the yard on one of the arrival tracks. And so far we're looking pretty good. Now he's got to go through about 3 or 4 more turnouts in order to get him to park on track number 2. So let's see how this is all going to work out. I got a feeling we're going to have to make some adjustments here, but let's see what happens. Alright, brakeman will get out, he'll throw the turnout, and we will back in to track number 2. We are arriving on track number 2. I'm loving these turnouts. Thank you again, Mr. Giroux. Alright, once we get the train in there, we're going to uncouple and we're going to go ahead and get over to the depot to park our power. Let's see if I can get in here and do this. Alright. Alright, so here we go. Gonna park our power at the depot. And I'm at speed step number 2, guys. It's this one on this side. Uh-oh. And that was the conductor's fault. He forgot to toss a turnout. So anyhow, there's our train going into the depot, and we're going to park him there. And that's it for now. Alright, guys and gals. I thought that last test run went pretty good. Especially back in the training, through the turnouts and all that stuff. I like it. And I want to thank Mr. Giroux for doing such a great job on those turnouts. Anyhow, because that went so well, I want to do one more test run in this video. And that test run is going to be going through all the turnouts in the North Phoenix / Glendale industrial area. So, with no further ado, let's get out to the layout and let's go play some more. Alright guys, what you're looking at right now is my North Phoenix / Glendale area, and you can see there is a multitude of turnouts in this area, and that's all for being able to switch up in the area itself. Now I do not have my track in here yet. I am concentrating on getting the outside of the layout running, so when my guests get here, they'll be able to play. Anyhow, this will be the last test run in this video, and I'm using my Jeep Series locomotives because that's the locomotives that will be doing the switching in this area. Anyhow, I'm hoping all goes well, but we'll just have to see. So anyhow, let's get the show on the road. I'll be using a little bit faster than I would normally do in scales in a switching situation, just to make the video a little bit shorter. Let's see if it goes across this first one. Alright. And we'll just be going up to this area, and I will do the turnout, and now we will go straight across to the yard, well not to the yard, to the auto rack facility trackage and the intermodal trackage. That trackage will be for the intermodal yard. And we'll come back now. And now we will go into the auto rack facility. And that's looking good so far. We'll come back now and we'll do a crossover. Let's do the crossover back here. Now we will go straight down this track here. And that one would be going on the main line 2 or 1. I haven't decided which way I'm going to call it yet. Alright, and now we'll come back this way. And we will go ahead and get on to the outside main. We'll come back on the outside main. Alright, so now we'll do everything in reverse. Alright, and now we'll head back to the yard. I think overall it's running pretty good. I may have to make a couple of tweaky adjustments here and there, but other than that, I think that this is looking really good. And we'll follow him back into the yard. And I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this little demo to see how all of these turnouts are working. Anyhow, with that being said, we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright guys and gals, I'm hoping that you're enjoying this Major Changes series. This will be Major Changes number 48, and up till now I have replaced 34 turnouts. Each one of them was handmade by Bruce Giroux. Now, I want to show you how Bruce actually ships these turnouts to you when you order some from him, and I think it's really a really neat thing that he's doing. Anyhow, this is the packaging. Now what's cool about this packaging is the way the turnout sits inside of here. So with that being said, we're going to switch over to my other camera, and I am going to show you how the turnouts are actually put in this little sandwich, basically. Anyhow, stay tuned and let me switch over the cameras and we will be right back. Alright guys, this is the packing that Bruce Giroux does when he sends out his turnouts. As you can see, I've got a bunch of them here. These are the last 5 that I got from him. And what's really neat about these, first of all, is all his engraving that he has on here with his logo, made in the USA, which is a very important thing, and contact information down here. Now, you can see these dowels here. So what you need to do is basically pry these open, maybe. There you go. And pry that one up, pry that one up. And this is what you see. Very, very secure turnout for shipping purposes. Now to get this turnout out, you just can't pick it up and pull it. What you need to do is take it, turn it upside down, slap it in your hand, and there you go, turnout's out. Bruce, you did a wonderful job on the packing on this. I know it probably cost you a lot of money, so I will be sending these back to you. Just so we can save the earth and save you a couple bucks in cash. Anyhow, with all that being said, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this series, and as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all folks. BNSS 6951 and our favorite cousin out for now.